Hey guys, welcome back to Wok Wednesday or Wok-less Wednesday this week. I'm Jeremy from School of Wok, and this week we're doing one of my Uncle Ken's recipes, which is an almond cookie. Nothing to do with wok cooking, but you do get Cantonese bakeries over in Hong Kong, and they do these tiny little almond cookies. They're quite sweet and nice to look at. Guys, don't forget, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. Ta-da! The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to get your sugar and your butter into your mixer. And if you've got a K-beater on an electric mixer, great. If not, you can just use a hand whisk and that works really well. Make sure the butter is at room temperature. It makes it much easier to get that fluffy texture. You want to churn your butter and sugar mix until it's nice and light and fluffy. I like to do that on a medium speed, not too high, but not too low. Allow it to combine, and then once it's all nicely combined, you can whack the speed up a little. Crack one egg in. Combine that again on a medium speed. Once you've got a nice uniform texture through that and a nice paste, that's ready. Don't forget your vanilla extract. A little drop of vanilla extract just brings out that nice sweet flavour. And this is the point, if I was making this with my son, that you pretty much have no mix left within the next few minutes, because he'd lick it all off. Right, so you can see that paste, lovely smooth consistency. That's just the butter, the sugar, the eggs and the vanilla extract so far. Flour gets sieved in. So it's a self-raising flour and plain flour. And actually this recipe is the same as what we use for the topping of our pineapple bun recipe, that crumble. So if you want to learn how to make that, check out the video link here, there, wherever it might be. round here. Sieve that, and then just fold your paste through the flour nicely. This will create a nice crumbly mixture, which will then roll into a cylinder or roll into ball shape and cut. If you did have this on the streets in Hong Kong or from a bakery in Hong Kong, a lot of the time they look quite yellow, and that is down to yellow food colouring. You might put a drop or so of food colouring into it. I like doing this bit by hand because it just makes the cookies crumble a little bit more. Putting it in the machine, you get it sort of almost binds it and combines it together too quickly. At this point, you want to just check that there's no like big clumps of flour sitting on its own, and you can be a little bit more vigorous with it. I've got my flaked almonds here, my almond flakes. I'm actually going to put these all in, leave a few to top if need be at this point, and they'll crunch a little through that cookie mix. I've got my dough now. That's going to make a lot of cookies, so I'm just going to take that in half. It's really easy from here. You just sort of squish it all together and then make a cylinder out of your dough. You want them to be all roughly the same size. Just roll that cylinder to a point where you've got sort of, you can get bite-sized cookies out of it. And then you just cut these into nice sort of centimetre chunks. Shape them nice and round. Pop on a bit of grease-proof. And then just press them down a little. As I say, they should be a nice size for that sort of bite with a cup of tea. Nice rough and ready cookies. Hong Kong's one of those places that everywhere you go, you need to be at least within sort of 1 to 2 meters of a snack. I do love that about the city. Now, you don't have to do this part, but it's also quite nice to sort of crisscross across your cookies a little, and then you'll get a bit of a more crumbly finish on this. And I'm going to egg wash this as well, all the cookies, before I pop in the oven. The rest of the almonds, I'm just going to crush. I don't want to make an almond flour, but this is just to sort of crumble over the top of each cookie. That should do it. Get nice and rough and ready. And then I've got an egg wash to go over the top of this. And this will help it, give it a nice glaze. Especially we're not using that food colouring. It's just nice to have a different texture and colour over the top. So just a little dab. And then once you've had your egg wash, then give a bit of your almond crumb. I've got my oven set to 180 degrees C. They're going to go in. Depending on the size of your cookie, you're looking at about 8 to 12 minutes. So my little bite-sized cookies had about 9 minutes in the end, and they've come out really lovely. Nice and crumbly. Just let those cool. Once they're cool, have them with a cup of tea. Nice little homemade cookies, and I'll crack one of these open. You see how crumbly they are. I'll show you from the edge here. It's still a bit warm, so it won't crumble yet. But the edge, you can see how nice and crumbly that is. And it's really simple but tasty. You can even dip it in your cup of tea if you're that kind of person. Almond cookies, get them all over Hong Kong in bakeries. And in Macau, different styles as well. I love them because they're bite-sized, great for a little snack, a nice homemade snack. If you like this type of recipe, and you want to get crumbs all over your mouth like me, don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, hit the notification bell, and make yourself some cookies. Biscuits, cookies, great conversation to have, no matter what time of day. What's your favourite cookie? Let us know in the comments below.